Hello, friends. My name is Erin Hawkins, and I'm the General Secretary of the General Commission on Religion and Race. I want to welcome you to the fourth installment in the Vital Conversation series, Race, Culture, the Church, and Human Sexuality. Given the current discussion in the United Methodist Church around the ordination and marriage of gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered, and queer persons, we offer this resource for your discernment. There are those who question why G-Corps is involved in the conversation about human sexuality. To this we say, as the agency responsible for lifting up the voices of those historically marginalized, we believe that any discussion about the future of this denomination must include those voices. We encourage you to watch these videos and to discuss them with those in your church and community, as together we discern a way forward.
Hi, I'm Francine. I'm a member of the Spanaway United Methodist Church. I also do liturgy and children's moment because I am a big kid at heart.
I am Jaylani Tamali'i. I am a member and youth director for Spanaway United Methodist Church.
How do you feel about other people in our church and about you being gay?
I believe that our church, Spanaway, I've noticed that before I even came out to them, they accepted who I was because of who I am and the work we do as a family. And they didn't see anything different. I remember when I first came out to them, the common reaction that I got from them was, and? Like, that's your business.
I didn't even notice about you being gay until we got here, moved to Washington. And I felt like as soon as we realized it, we were so blinded by our culture. I don't know if you noticed that, they like to push it aside. It's not okay. And I honestly have no idea how to confront that issue with our culture.
It's not so much just the culture, it's just the way that the theology was taught to them. And with Dad, and what I love about Dad is that, yeah, I see it too. He would make side comments as, from his generation, from Samoa, from the islands, where he's like, oh, that woman's beautiful. And I would look at Dad like, okay. You know that I hang out with everybody and I get along with everybody, and growing up and teaching dances at the local high schools and middle schools.
Do you ever feel like someone's talking about you while you're
teaching
dancing?
It's like that's why I'm comfortable with who I am, and that's why I was bringing up Dad. Where Dad's not afraid. He knows he's still part of that generation that doesn't accept it. But what I love about Dad, and Dad is setting that example, and I want that example to spread, is because Dad is coming around. That Dad knows that enable for the Word of God, enable for our culture to be perpetuated, we have to adjust to the time. We love God so much, but we're forgetting that we only have one person that judges us, and that's all that matters. And I love you, you're my sister, but you got to give them a chance. And that's what we all have to do. We have to give them a chance to see the light of things.
How would you approach it?
Be who we are. We stick to our traditions. We stick to our values as Methodists. We show them, we take them back to our roots as Methodists, that we're shying away from traditions that we were brought up from, not only as United Methodist members, but as Samoans. That we're known to share the love. How are we sharing the love if we don't share the love? We're just shunning people. That's the problem we're facing in our denomination. And it hurts. It really hurts, because how are we going to sit back and say we love God and we're not showing our love by just accepting God's children? That at the end of the day, we're not the ones being, the judges of others. So it's like in our denomination, we need to realize as Samoans, as Polynesians, that we can't do this. I have had so much confidence because of what I've learned, not only on my own, but through Dad. Like even Dad even took the time to, as a local pastor, to just give me time to study what it means to be gay and to be a Christian. And you know what? Even though I'm learning, Dad's learning at the same time. And that's the beauty of it. I love Dad for that, because he's not afraid to learn new things. And Dad looked at me and he looked at the Bible and looked at all our notes, and he said, "There's nothing wrong with you." And that's the beauty about being a United Methodist member, is that our methodical way of interpreting the Bible. And that's why I'm so proud to be Methodist. That's why I'm confident in being who I am, not only as a Samoan, but a gay Samoan and a gay Samoan United Methodist member, is because I'm proud of our traditions. Of course, I'm gonna have some fears. I was fearing coming here, but one of my favorite songs that came up, that's what strengthened me. And Mom sang it with me. And just the words alone, the first few words is, "Great is thy faithfulness." That's it. I have faith in God. Just because I'm gay, just because I have love for men, and I'm attracted to the same sex, it doesn't make me any different. My faith is just the same as yours, and just the same as anybody else's.
It's like more people need to hear it, more people need to see it. It's a huge issue, and I hate it so much. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it hurts to watch people down you down. I didn't just protect you because I'm your sister. I protect you because it's right. Because it's not okay for people to look down on you just because you like somebody different. We praise the same God.
So it never bothered you whenever I would get up and do liturgy, help out with the youth, directing the youth? It never bothered you?
No. The way I look at you is, you're being you. You came to church to pray. So did I. We are looking to God for something. We're all looking to God for something. It doesn't matter if you're gay. It doesn't matter what you like. It just matters that you came to pray to a God that we all believe in. Why should we be offended? And if you feel the presence of God, doing what you do and what you like shouldn't have an effect on you at all. It shouldn't. Because we all came. We came to look for something, still are looking for something in church. And that's how it's going to be. So even if you're gay, you're black, you're white, you're Asian, Samoan, we're still going to the church for the same reason.
We see these problems where somebody comes out and next thing you know, they either commit suicide or they don't come to church anymore. Because they're being told by their families, their friends, their peers there at church that it's wrong. But the reason why it's wrong to them is because they're not taking time to understand it. And that's the problem. So based on what we're seeing in our church and other local churches, how do you think it's going to turn out with the special conference in February?
I have a big feeling that, it's going to come out okay.
Me too.
Because there's so much change. There's so much change going around us that it's not going to hurt people anymore the way it did back then, where people just shunned it out, where it was a hush-hush. It's not like that anymore.
I think the problem is that we're thinking about now, but we're not thinking about the future.
Yeah.
We're not thinking about the fact that, okay, so we want to create this environment. We want to create this church that's loving, that's open, that's accepting, except for this. So you're telling me that you're going to accept everybody and everything else, race, religion, sex, but you won't accept somebody because they're gay. And that's what I'm praying for. And I know and I have confidence that that's what's going to happen. They're going to accept it. Because I'm pretty sure if Jesus were to walk on the earth now and I were to tell him I'm gay, he's like, bless you. You know, I don't think he would have an issue with it.
And it's so beautiful seeing all these people coming out because, you know, it's not fair. It's not fair for people to hide how they feel. I can't imagine, like, holding back my own feelings. Like, ugh, I gotta keep it inside. That's not fair.
It is the toughest part about being gay and being Christian and being someone is that I'm so open about it. I'm so comfortable in my skin. I'm so comfortable in our culture that it doesn't hurt me, but they don't know that I know. I can see it in people's eyes that you're judging me. But I hold my head up high because I don't care what you have to say, because then when I die, it's not you that's judging me, that it's God. But they don't know that behind closed doors, it hurts. That I may put on this front that I'm okay. And then I may say, like, okay, that's your opinion, but it hurts.
I think it's a beautiful thing with our church. How open and how much of a family they are. And that's why you're so confident. Because people like our people in church, it's just like, go share the love, child. Don't just sit here. Go out there. It's always go out there. Go do it and show them who you are, because you know what? You're beautiful. And, you know, like Dad always says, keep praying. Just keep praying. I'm right behind you. Because if anybody has something to say, so do I. And I always will.